We have successfully stalled long enough to make it to 6:30. Hello, everybody. Let's see. Everything looks like it's on. Audio, video, whatever. What is that? Oh, that's nothing. We're fine. Everything's fine. All right. Last time on Dragon Ball Z. Shit's on fire. World's coming to an end. We got baller boss music or dungeon music running. We are looking for the missing lady and child of Matsuya. A friend of Matsuya's. It's not actually his wife. We found the husband. Husband's dead. Not a blasphemy. Just died normally. So that's a mercy, I guess. He gets to go back into the live stream. So now we're looking for the other two. And we're on a hunt. We're also on a hunt for anybody else that we can find and try and save them. It's a villager woman. Oh man. I was literally just completing the Vrtra. I'm just like, I don't think there's gonna be any gameplay. Just gameplay actually right there. Okay, let's get it. Actually, hang on a minute. Is this just gonna right out kill you? It sure is. Okay, Nabikiri. I realized that I the last thing I did last week was put on the 90 gear, so I'm gonna be just wrecking things again. Mehvan, she's a friend of mine too. I've not seen her. She seems still be out there somewhere trying to avoid the beast and with her child gods. Worry not for me. I can make my way back to the village on my own. And off she goes. Gator, you do not want this. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'll make a map out of you.
Yeah, dude. Good callback. Oh, I guess they're just normal mobs. They look like they were B ranks from a distance, which are just really big enemies. I forgot this is where the absolute badass Ora female is. The unnamed person holding the race along. She's gonna be an up. Anyway, we'll get to her. Perusa lies just up ahead. Something terrible has happened. The beasts have come, and many have already been killed. Alfino and Alice have gone to do what they can. There are so many, more than I can count. You must be ready. Bro, what do you think I am? Suppose he knows. He knows what we're about. He's just being nice. He's scared. I'm not gonna give him grief until Aloe Island. Then he gets all the grief. Langers, get out of here. Langers. Yeah, get out of him. Get out of here. Oh. Oh, you turned! Oh no. Oh, Alfino's hanging in there. Ooh, this one's stronger. Not strong enough. Alright, he's busy. Shredded. Oh, and I gotta go up the hill again? Oh, there's Alice. Let's say we saw Alfino. Where's Alice? Alice is right. Go up and around. Travesty. Oh, no, not cheapos.
Viola just randomly wanted to show off with the camera.
Maybe. World's ending, but first, a selfie.
That feels so indicative of a modern era.
I'm about to say I'm getting in touch with the chillins. The youths. Janet. How fare the others? Not too great. I see. You seen all the beasts in sight? In that case, let's have everyone gather in front of the temple. Fate discovered nearby.
Courage, friend. The pain will pass.
Has anyone seen Mehvan? Where could she be?
We've dealt with all the blasphemies and made certain no villagers are still in hiding.
Good work. We've otherwise tended to the wounded as best we can.
What will become of us?
Help is on the way, surely. We may have to abandon our homes now, but we will return someday.
But where can we go? Is anywhere even safe?
That I cannot say.
Well, I can. Nowhere's safe. Run all you like, but there's no escaping these things. And even if I could, it's too late for my family.
This isn't good. The more they dwell on the tragedy, the more likely we are to lose them too.
Hello, Snooty. Hello, Night Fiend.
My friends, this is a place of worship. Should your heart quake with sadness, cast your mind to the heavens and remember. Remember the teachings of the old gods. Did they not implore us to stand fast when waves of sorrow break against our shores?
Know this, my children. There is more ugliness than beauty in this world. To live is to suffer. To drink of calamity and drown in anguish. To toil and be tested, always and ever.
'Tis a perilous path you walk. Death lurks in the dark, and is the sole promise that awaits at journey's end. You will tremble with terror. You will weep tears of anger and despair.
But do not avert your eyes. See your life for what it is. Then will you see how the hardships make you strong.
Every doubt reforged as scales for your armor. Every agony to temper your blade.
We've got this.
Thank you, lad. We'd almost forgotten who we are.
And if they didn't figure it out, we always have Alfino's clown routine.
My undying gratitude to you as well, my friends. You were searching for Mehvan, no? We must return home. I pray you help the boy find his friend.
Gladly. We dispatched what beasts we could, but the roads are still dangerous. Stay together and go in safety.
That was very impressive, what you did back there. Those words seem to resonate with your people.
They should. They were the first spoken unto our ancestors by the divinity of legend. I'm easily upset, and fish are wont to flee a temperamental hand. So I recite the teachings over and over to calm myself.
They're lovely and inspiring to hear, though I imagine they were born of great misfortune.
They are born of life. There's as much bad as good in it. More, many would attest. All the more reason to appreciate the good when you can.
I won't argue with that.
In darkness, seek joy.
You're loud.
Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow.
This happens a few times in the game where there's just a loud segment. The audio balance is just kind of screwed.
And with that, let us see if we can't find Mehvan.
This Hythlodaeus is really parking our ear in.
Did you see? That beast was chasing someone.
Ah! XP! View was blocked by the trees. I'm sure I saw someone being chased by a beast. Hey, let me just write about the mic. High volume, Dylan. You'll go with Matsi and search along the river, and Alfie and I will circle around from the south. Somebody somewhere is just like, hear, feel, think. but resonated in my skull, please. Hello, Guasha. Guasha, no! It's not worth it. Ah, this goddamn pool. So you had to come here about 100 times for the Arcasadora quest, but there was a specific fish you needed for Glio Ether for something, and I was here for it. It was a very specific. You have to be here at this time, and then you had to mooch something to get a chance to get something else. Oh my god. Peak endgame fishing frustration. So every time I see this, I'm just like, I got it. I conquered it. It was one of those moments I'm just like, you can just get this off the auction house. The price is tanked. Even if it didn't tank, you could afford it. Like it was like a few hundred K. I'm just like, no, I'm doing this now. I'm doing this out of spite. I'm doing this for me. And I did it, but now it's like seeing an old foe.
And now we have to go fish out a baby.
It might have been the turtle, yeah. Yeah, this is the baby part. If people don't like the baby part, then I'll let you know when the baby part's over.
That's her. No, I'm sure of it. Mehvan!
Don't, please!
Lord have mercy!
Still in the baby mode. Don't look back. Don't look yet. Oof. Her death no doubt came swiftly. Infant daughter, however, is nowhere to be seen. There it is. Horrible time for your roulettes to pop. Take the baby into your arms. If she yet lives, you cannot tell, but she will surely not survive unless you carry her to the surface at once. She's not an item. Horrible. All right, we've got the baby out, but we're still in the baby part. The baby's not safe yet. Hang in there, everybody. Man, these monkeys are really asking for it. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, that's what I thought.
My favorite fate in this area is the fate that has all those monkeys in it.
They kill you.
Because you got the one guy that's like, I'm gonna just take everything, and then they're like, oh shit, I can't handle it, let me run. And then they just get stoned to death as they try to run away.
It's just a firing line of rocks. Oh dude, if you're current level and that one pops, like I pull one at a time. Because what kills you isn't the fact that all the mobs are there. It's like when the fate spawns it initially, just like here 10 monkeys, and then from there all 10 monkeys just start bunching you. Like if you're able to kill them the initial set, then like the trickle that comes in from the respawns, you can handle those. So it's that opening salvo, man, you get wrecked.
I like that we just chose not to answer Alice's question and instead just go to Alpha Node.
Yep. At least he knows the answer. We didn't have to respond. Damn it all. You have the child. Let me see her.
She's so cold, Elfino.
The child is alert, and I see no wounds, and yet she grows weaker. My spells can do no more. What she needs is a change of clothes and a warm bed. We must hurry back. Not now!
Matsia, take the child.
It appears we've made enough noise to be heard for miles around. More will be upon us ere long. We make our stand here. Matsia, can you take her back to the village?
But the child, all by myself. You can't be serious.
The beasts will follow you home unless we stop them here. And so we shall. Be strong, Matsia. Her life is in your hands.
Right. I can do it.
I know you can. We'll keep them busy, Matsia. Go! Quickly!
For scenes like this, I really do wish. Now, I understand it would be a budget nightmare, but they would at least have you do some of your class-specific abilities.
Steady. You know the way.
They sort of did that at the end of 7-3,
No.
which I was happy about.
No! Not you too!
Keep looking away. We're not done with the baby yet.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid! To live is to suffer, to drink of calamity. It is a perilous path. Death lurks in the dark. No! I'm not afraid! I'm not afraid! Ah! Do not avert your eyes. See your life for what it is. See how the hardships make you strong. Every doubt reforged. Every agony.
Airdrop. Heaven's word music. So appropriate.
The divinity.
Nay, but one who would deliver thee just the same.
Please. You must save the child. She is all that remains of Mehvan and Grasef. Please.
Well, well. Seems the babe's taken a liking to you.
Thou art strong, little one. Let us convey thee to thy home.
I spied our friends as we flew in. They appeared to be holding their own against the Horde.
Right. That's the last of them. We should hurry and find Matzia.
Okay, the baby's fine. Baby crisis averted. He had help from on high.
What, like divine aid?
A fine battle it must have been. Shame I missed it.
Estinian, it was you who came to Mattia's aid.
I was only along for the ride. Vrtra was the one who saw the boy was in need. The two are headed back to the village.
Where the worm will honor Ahiwan's wishes and finally reveal himself to his people.
How do you know that?
Perhaps so. Will you go and join them?
There's something I need to do first. Mehvan gave her life so that her child might live. She deserves better than to be left to drift alone. She deserves to be laid to rest beside her husband at least. Will you help me?
Yep. Warrior of Light's fine with dredging bodies out of the lake. I know that they talked about it, but Vrtra was very much like, I ain't giving this. And then it was Estinian being like, come on. Come on.
Maybe Alvino just assumed that Estinian would have convinced him.
Yeah.
I'm throwing ideas out in the ether here.
I'll say that's plausible. That's a like if this was like a grown-up Alfino, I could see him turning into like a 4D chess kind of a guy like that.
Well, he's a sage now. You just know these things because the sages. That's just how they work.
But you don't know white magic and black magic, do you, Alfino? Can't use them both at your whims. I still think sages are really cool, but I think it was playing through when I played through Strangers of Paradise, and I'm like, oh, that's what a sage is supposed to be. Also, though actually sages are completely different in Tactics Advanced. So they sort of just throw that name around, don't they? You're a sage now. What does that mean? It depends on the game. Never mind. I don't know where I'm going with this.
I mean, sages in 3 are fucking busted. They're overpowered as fuck.
Yeah, like I know the older games, like you just knew all the magic. Were there any spells that you had to be a sage? Like if you wanted to cast Ultima or something, did you need to be a sage to do it?
Well, not in 3. Like 3 literally has 0 downsides with the sage. You just pick it and it gives you everything.
Yeah, like saying like if I want to cast the ultimate magic, you can't be other classes. You got to be a sage, yeah.
No.
No. All right. Well, I still don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, Alfino. All right. Nothing else. Mehvan and Karasaf die as they lived, as themselves, and not as beasts. Their souls will find peace in the ethereal sea. Yes. Very, very important to die normally these days. I think the day would come when even the smallest soulses would be this comforting. It's Estinian. Azure Dragoon. Oh, we're done. Oh, we're suddenly done.
I wouldn't say suddenly.
Yeah, it's not suddenly. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know what I thought. I guess the whole sequence from Radz-at-Han to here was sort of like one big chunk in my mind, and so that's obviously a bit of a longer go. Also, we're not done. There's probably gonna be about a half dozen cutscenes. And also, we need to go back to Radz-at-Han and talk this all over. Barbary. Wait, why am I? No. Why ride? Alrighty. Baby crisis averted. We saved him. Let's save. It's Vrtra. How are you doing, Vrtra? Also, apparently, if you're shown affection by a dragon, it'll cure all illnesses. Good to know. Well, Vrtra's just doing a sit. He's having a city. Rest easy for all's well here. Young Matsuya returned with the babe safe in his arms. Owing to a warm bed, the girl hath already begun to regain her strength. Less joyously receive his word of the mother and father's fate, as well as that of their transformed neighbors. How many children of Thavnir must we lose to this calamity? Mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, every death another void that can never be filled. We who must survive them must carry the weight of their memory, as we strive to regain a semblance of what we have lost. Karasaf and Mehvan's babe is a child of Thavnir as well. I thank you for returning her to us safe. O most great and merciful worm, I have not the words to express my gratitude. They say that were it not for you, brave Matsuya and the child would have been lost to us forever. Long had I heard the rumors that a mighty dragon had forged a pact of friendship with the Satrap, but never would I have expected such a kind and gentle soul. Truth in part, but not in whole. Didn't he give him the nod? Oh, no, just a stoic look. I am Vrtra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine main abode. The isle I've ruled over as Satrap, with Ahriman as my loyal servant. My ears to believe you were the true Satrap all along. Oh, Nidhana's just here. Yeah, what the hell are you doing here, Nidhana? Heard from the Radiant that you had gone to help the people of Palaka stand in their time of need, and so I and several of my colleagues in your great work came to offer our services. Risky. The alchemists have already brewed up some potions for Mehvan's daughter. Enough about us. You and your role are the far greater enigma. If you were the true Satrap all along, could it be that young Varshan was created to serve as your emissary? Thou didst suspect the boy was but a simulacrum? Simulacrum?
Sorry, what?
Simulacrum?
I'll let you try it.
Simulacrum? Simulacrum?
Simulacrum can work. Simulacrum also works.
Simulacrum. That is one of those words. Did they actually say that word in Kingdom Hearts 3?
That's a good fun question.
No, did they use a different word for the bodies that they were making?
They probably use a different word. It's Kingdom Hearts.
Like, was it like doppelganger or something like that?
All right, Tatsu, Flame Dragon, we're going to start up the Kingdom Hearts playthrough again, because we need to get to Kingdom Hearts 3, we need to go through it, we need to figure out if that was said back then.
No,
we need to go and face unreality.
This was the crap when, I guess Kingdom Hearts 3 spoilers, at the very end, when you're like beating up the 30 different Xehanorts, and like every time you beat one up, they're like, oh yes, we're creating bodies to then put things in. Oh my god, I don't even. What were they even doing?
that's why I love that. Like after we've taken a step back and sat away from Kingdom Hearts for 3 years, we kind of just look back on it and think, what the fuck were we even doing?
Like I'm trying to they were trying to this wasn't like some Sion 14th organization member trying to falsify records to get their own Keyblade or something like that. They're like trying to build some sort of a being at the end of 3, all of them together, like the 30 different Xehanorts and Braig.
We need to play it again. We don't have a choice there. We don't have a choice. We're gonna have to get back into Kingdom Hearts. Tatsu, get your thinking cap on. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna watch 2 shitty movies, and then we're gonna go through Birth by Sleep fully.
Look, I didn't play the 80 hours of Union Cross that you did, and now I can't because the game's no longer actually available to play anywhere.
The good news is that we don't actually need the Union Cross except for one segment.
I know. What the hell are all these names that we're throwing into the void? You weren't there, it's fine. Also, yes, no one that is bald as a Keyblade. Oh, that's a beautiful callback. But yeah, anyway. Simulacrum or simulacrum or simulacrum. It is one of those words that I think I...
Silly sausage.
Silly sausage. Well, it's also a word, there are a lot of words that just don't come up in conversation normally. Simulacrum is one of them. Simulacrum.
One word I actually struggled with for years, and I actually still don't know if I have a full confirmation on whether or not it's pronounced this way, is orichalcum or orichalcum.
Oh,
I've heard both.
The mineral.
And I don't know which one it is. I actually did not know how to say that word until 10 years ago, I think. I just sort of threw out random words every time I heard it.
Tatsu lost his thinking cap. That's not gonna help. Orichalcum, I think I would say. Or orichalcum.
I always go with orichalcum nowadays, but I've heard orichalcum as well. I don't think it matters.
It doesn't.
But
we stopped at... No, we stopped at 2, right? We got through 2.
We finished Kingdom Hearts 2.
And then there was...
We had to set up time for the movies.
Yeah, there was the movies.
And it was difficult to set it up because of 3+ hours each. And there's a few things we need to go into. Initially, I stopped it because I was going to do a stupid,
the puppet show thing, right? Yeah.
But then I was like, this is actually an extreme amount of effort. I think it would be better if we did like sort of an MST3K situation with it. But then we never did because it was a case of finding time. And at the time, there wasn't time.
Not much these days. Well, anyway. We get back up. But yeah, they're up to some simulacrum nonsense at the end of 3 as well. First off, I do hope that they don't just dumpster the franchise, but I do also hope that 4 is a soft reboot. Like not like restarting. This is not like that freaking trend of Spider-Man movies that like every 10 years they just killed Uncle Ben again. But sort of like, okay, we're gonna wake up. Kingdom Hearts is in the world end with you world, and we're just going to tell you what you absolutely need to know, and then everything that happens from this point forward is going to be relatively self-contained. It's never going to happen because Maleficent's going to show up and talk about black boxes or some shit, and we're just going to be like, okay.
We're going to die and never know what's in that fucking box. I'm just letting you know that right now. That's the tragic thing about it. Nomura's going to take that to his grave, and then we're going to go to our graves with no fucking idea what's in this goddamn box.
The second smaller box. And it's the white box.
Walt Disney's body.
Cut up to fit in it. That would be the mic drop to end all things. You open up the box, it's just Walt Disney's head.
Oh boy.
And Maleficent's just like, finally, I have the ultimate power. It's actually Walt Disney. You're like, oh my god!
Now I can take the Disney Corporation and make it evil!
Dude! Well... Dude, like, I think, that is a level of meta. That is now, okay, until we are proven otherwise, that is what is in the black box. And that's why Maleficent wants it. It is the power of Disney itself. Okay, we're good. Look, this is a good conversation. We just figured out one of the biggest mysteries of Kingdom Hearts. He was the master of masters all along. Of course, it was right there in front of us. Racist mustache and all. Anyway, so yes. So we were talking about simulacrums. A rumor has circulated for many years around the High Crucible that our most skilled alchemists were once commissioned by the Satrap's family in secret to fashion a mammoth indistinguishable from a living boy. Looking at Varsha with that knowledge, I simply put 2 and 2 together. I don't think Maleficent can out evil Disney. Well, she's gonna try. She may fail. Look, Maleficent has been in this situation in Kingdom Hearts before where she realizes, oh, this is actually beyond me a little bit. So I'm just going to step back, I'm going to learn about it, and then I'm going to build. Maleficent is a builder. Minus the whole you beat her up as a dragon thing in Kingdom Hearts 1, but we don't think about that much. Except for the fact that
that's already happened to her before, technically.
Yeah. I mean, despite the fact that they just dreads it up in every single sequel to reuse assets. Oh, let's fight Maleficent again. It's like, oh, okay. Right, who else could it be but Disney? Alright. Okay. Supposed to be having a scene here. I was not alone in drawing this conclusion, but like me, they no doubt recognized that the Satrap was using the simulacrum to work more closely with his people and decided not to press the issue. I had always assumed one of Ahawan's associates was manipulating it from afar, though the truth is indeed far more surprising. Disney was a builder. I want you guys to tell me more about the Keyblade.
Oh god.
Oh,
no,
boy.
You don't. That's gonna take a whole minute.
Okay.
I can explain how it exists, but how we get from point A to point B is a bit of a fucking clusterfuck. I mean, it's kind of simple in like concept. We just need 13 and 7 of the 2 different darknesses and light, but how we get there from where we are currently is an absolute disaster. and it's probably going to take a couple of hours of explanation. And I don't think I'm going to take over Flame Dragon's End of the World stream to explain how the Keyblade exists.
You have to say it slightly. You can't just say Keyblade. You have to say Keyblade. Which is,
Keyblade.
That you want to talk about a moment. First off, the fact that at the end of Birth by Sleep, they pull that crap on you, and it just like you're already like on the barest of threads of suspension of disbelief, and then they say that and they pull it right out. You're like, oh my god, they're doing this. And on top of that, they got who else to say that freaking line but Leonard Nimoy. Oh my goodness, God rest his soul.
Oh, I miss him as
he was so
Xehanort.
good.
I actually think it's the best version of him. Like, no offense, Christopher Lloyd, but Leonard Nimoy just killed it. It's that extra phlegm you can hear in the back of his throat that just makes it work so well.
Need more information about Vanitas and Ventus as they relate to Roxas and Sora. Yeah. Well,
technically, I have an answer to that, but I'm not going to spend another hour on stream rambling on about it.
Also, Xehanort, yeah, dude, it is so deep. It is so deep.
This may be the comeback of the fucking Kingdom Hearts stream, so that we can actually fully sit down and explain this shit. Because sadly, whenever I get on Nomura's wild ride, I'm like, God damn Nomura, this is absolute dog shit, but I'm gonna pay the fucking price of admission anyway. And now I've got way too much fucking Kingdom Hearts knowledge that I wish I didn't have.
Oh, the price of admission went up? Wow, Nomura, you drive a hard bargain. What, the story's even worse? Well, Nomura, you still drive a hard bargain. Oh, God. Okay.
What's that Nomura time travel? Oh, boy.
Oh, my favorite. So now there's 3 Xehanorts and they're all the same person. Oh, wait, that one's the Heartless version. Okay, we're fine. Sure. No. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, it's not actually Xehanort. It's... Oh, but he's still on our side?
God, I fucking love the absolute disaster that is Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, goodness.
Dude, we gotta get this main cart back on the rails. We are going all over the place.
Thank you, Simulacrum. The inception of all of it. I will now always have a fondness for Simulacrum. Hopefully I'll be able to say it. Maybe. I'll see it. I'll be like, oh, wait. Remember that time you completely derailed a conversation for 20 minutes? Oh, goodness gracious. Sorry, Vrtra. Vrtra's being so patient with me right now. Nidhana just knows what we're about. Price of admission is just the price of every game and every release and every game in your soul.
He's not wrong.
Oh, man. There are just some of those franchises that just... They just carve out a piece of your brain. It's there now. You can't get rid of it. Not even if you get the nobody of somebody that you know who directly affects your memories. They're still in there. They've just been decoupled. All right. On that deep pull, we're just going to actually go back to 14. Okay. I was always assumed when... Okay, no, we said this already. Hello, Nidhana. It's an honor to meet you in the flesh, Master Vrtra. Please allow me to express my gratitude. If you had not believed in and given unto us your scales, I do not know where we would be. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. He's still got the scar on him, by the way, Vrtra. Because he ripped a whole bunch of those off his side. The most obvious troll I've seen in a long time. Kingdom Hearts story is pretty straightforward. Okay, get out. Not taking the bait. 'Twas thou and thy fellow alchemists that fashioned the means to unmake the towers. You are the saviors not only of Radz-at-Han, but the star. Far too kind you are, Master Vrtra, but the star yet want for salvation. Once more, my colleagues and I commit the knowledge and resources at our disposal to the mission of aiding the people in this, their darkest hour. 'Twould seem that this place is in good hands. I would return to see how Radz-at-Han fares. Will you do, Scions? Of the 7th Dawn. I worry for the survivors we met at Perusa, so we paid them a visit before making our way back. In that case, might I ask a favor? Nothing too burdensome, I promise. This way.
So here's the thing, Night Fiend, you are correct, but Nomura, like, it's like a railway set. It all makes sense when you put all the pieces together, but Nomura fucking opens the box and just vomits all the pieces out, then takes like 5 of them and throws them across the room. And you're just like, alright, Nomura, I kind of don't give a shit about this train set anymore. I think I'm going to go play a good game. That's all I'm saying about that, really.
What a lovely aroma. I wonder what sort of spices these are. That's an interesting line, actually. Then Vrtra had Sting had an interesting note about Vrtra. He even seemed a little relieved. He knows his dragons. Burning sky saw me. The crackling flames here are somehow calming. Needs to simmer just a bit longer, I'd say. In the meantime, I was hoping I might ask you a few questions. The red sky, these terrible beasts. What in the name of the sisters is happening near Thavnir? There's the pieces hidden in other people's houses, too. Oh, goodness. Might have read a lot to take in. It would seem the situation is even more grave than we suspected. Thank you. My colleagues and I will use our knowledge to see if we can further our own research. Here we are. Pot of piping hot chai. Brewed from my own secret recipe of spices and tea leaves together with hearty helpings of rich milk and purest sugar. I made enough for everyone in the village. Might I trouble you to deliver a few cups? Drink has medicinal properties, then. Not in the least. The ingredients are quite ordinary. It's so very tasty, though, and has a way of lifting the spirits. Spicy aroma and distinctive sweetness of chai is a simple, everyday pleasure on our island. Sometimes the best medicine is the simplest. A lovely sentiment. By all means, allow us to assist. I don't know, 2 or 3 people will need to give this to. While you lot distribute hot beverages, I'll do a sweep for errant beasts to slay. A far less arduous task, no doubt. When you finish, look for me at the Wakeful Tirana. 3. The magic number is 3. Nobody in here. Also, farewell to the dungeon music, now that things are under control. Back to stock music. Not for you, well, listen, even think about it. Times like this, you mustn't dwell on might have been, but look to the future. But what future awaits us? How could Radz-at-Han hope to recover from this? We got a mug of piping hot chai brewed from aromatic tea leaves, flavored with Nidhana's secret blend of herbs and spices, then mixed with rich milk. There you go. Putting the mic, I think we faced our share of trials of the past as well. No matter how hard the times, you always come with people as an end, one day at a time, one step at a time, etc., etc. The Chocobo Keep. It's a mender. Blazing about, fully well the beast might strike again any moment. To not realize our lives are in danger. I, for one, intend to survive. I'm too young to die. Yes, I'll leave this island behind if I must. Where should I go? Is anywhere safe these days? Have a drink. Cup of chai? Can't you see I have more important things to worry about? No, you're right. It is precisely in times like these that we must strive to remain calm and steady. Maybe I'll visit the elders, see what needs to be done. If there's any way I can aid my village and my friends, I'll do it. Alice, say, what are you up to? Oh, he wants a cup. Understandable. There's an icon over their heads I haven't talked to yet. They will periodically slip in the extremes. Are you upstairs? I think you're up. This sounds familiar. I feel like I had this couldn't have done before. They've done everybody in Shadowbringers except for the Warrior of Light. Which... Vrtra, was it you who was just like that? Maybe because they're going to make those an ultimate, so they're holding on to it. Trying to think.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Thinking about when the next extreme weapon glow up. Because they did they did the Endwalker one, which is this. So they'd probably do Endsinger next. They sort of just roll out at their own pace though, so we are due. Yeah, because there will
be...
They're
due for many things.
Yeah.
Sorry.
7.5. I think Friday they're gonna start announcing it.
So,
but typically, the weapons specifically, in terms of doing the glow ups, they just show up, basically. So it's just basically every patch you check in and they're like, did they add them? No. Okay, maybe next patch. Yes, everybody's resolved. Oh, side quest just popped. Ah, damn it! I just jumped off.
7.5 is going to be interesting. And I don't mean in terms of just lore. There's a lot that was promised for this expansion. And I'm worried that most of it is going to get held back or not done at all. Or it's going to be half-assed. But maybe they could turn around and be like, hey guys, I know the other patches sucked, but that's because we're all working on this patch. It's going to have all this shit in it. Including a casual version of Fork Tower.
That was promised to us, to your point. Well, not of... I think specifically what was said is that Fork Tower South is just fucked, sorry. But then Fork Tower North, they're just like, no, we promise this time for realsies, we'll have a normal version and then a fucked version. But yeah, there's... The cosmetic rollout is sort of at its own pace. But we would be due for cooler Endsinger weapons next, if they're going to keep it in chronological order. Art near here indeed. Final days show no sign of abating. That is all the more reason we must try to keep our composure. Our lives have been forever changed. The people we've lost will never return to us. These tragedies will long weigh on our hearts. We have the capacity to live with our suffering, to carry the agony till we too join the fallen in death. It is not a surrender, but a recognition, for it is only in acceptance that we find the strength to move forward. Hello, Matsuya. As you finish your deliveries, might I talk with you for a moment? I was curious to know what has become of Mehvan and Karasov's remains. We put them by the side. Surely they'll be able to rest peacefully by each other's side. I and the people of Palaka stand will perform the rites as soon as we are able. As for the child, it will not be easy for her growing up with her parents, but I promise to do what I can. Once she's able to eat solid food, the fish I catch will help nourish her. Well, we finished delivering the chai. I do believe everyone has a piping hot cup. I can almost believe this magic at work, how their tension fades with every sip. Let us pray that Palaka stand to see the last of those transformations, at least for now. They're still at risk, as every Viola is in Thavnir like as not. Still, I trust we can leave this place in the care of our friends from the Radiant and High Crucible. Let's get out of here. We're all gonna do our part. We're gonna circle the wagons. Yeah, we'll get our first tease Friday, and then at FanFest next month we'll get a follow-up tease, I'm guessing. Ah, not you. Yes. Let's just go. Grab him with our disarmor. I wonder if Vrtra knew that his father was just sitting on my shoulder the whole time, eating popcorn, watching the mortal drama unfold. Oh wow, the depressing music even overpowers the battle music. Unfortunate straggler. Oh wait, oh damn it. Wait, this is where I need to go. Fine, I'm just talking to you. Oh. No, we're not. Coming back for this. I've lost my charge. Duty failed. Okay, I gotta recharge my phone, guys. Are you all the way up? Yes. I'll be back to get attuned later. Don't worry. Worry your little hearts. Are you even... do we come back? Yes, we come back in 6-1 at least. So getting flying would be useful. I mean, I'm just doing it anyway. I just, whenever I do it, I try to be like, how valuable is this gonna be? For the nonsense that I'll be up to, specifically for Viola. That guy's truly unfortunate now. Yeah, I looked at the icons too quickly. I thought this one was a side quest and the other one was a real one. Oh, interesting. I apprised Justinian of the situation in Palaka, so we needn't have that conversation. Alfin was just like, just shut up and go. Somebody told me everything. Full glad I am to hear people are safe. Likewise, you'll be pleased to know I found no evidence of lingering beasts in the jungle and ruins. It would seem you finished off the last of them. Trying times yet lying ahead for the people of Favnir. Fortunately, they have a wise and benevolent satrap to shepherd them through. Speaking of which, I received word from Thancred not a short while ago. He awaits our return in the city. Get in. And in. Alright. God. Kicking the... kicking the random sad music that was just on permanent loop. I'm okay with somber Radz-at-Han music. Hi, Thancred. Good to see you safe. Given the skies, it's also easy to fear the worst. I'm pleased to report we've succeeded in quelling the threat here in the city. The beasts have all been felled, and the citizens are safe for now. I've also heard from the Radiant that an important proclamation will be made in the city square. They said no more than that. Might you have any idea what this is about? Yeah, we do. So Vrtra's finally coming out from behind the curtain. Vrtra's finally coming out. I knew it! I suppose we too should hear what he has to say. To make a duty then. Before that, it would appear the word of the assembly is not yet reached all the citizens. So we gotta go talk to 3 people? That is literally not our job. Thancred. You better be on the way. Or I'm not bothering. Hello, Huron boy. There's gonna be a speech. Yeah. Come on, spooked youth. There's gonna be a speech. Get. Get. People hanging out. I got it. Hey, it's Estola. How you doing? Alfino told me everything. I was pleased to hear that Vrtra had chosen to reveal himself as last. The people of Radz-at-Han need a strong and wise satrap more than ever. I hear you're able to bring the situation at Palaka stand under control. Every life lost is a tragedy, but you should take pride in doing what you could. When I assumed command during the earlier panic, I did so instinctively and out of necessity. 'Twas not my place to give orders, but I'm glad that people heeded them. But now they have need of a true leader, a magnanimous and just satrap who can guide them every step of the way. Fortunately, they are blessed with one such soul. If anyone can protect and guide them through this calamity, it is he. Just talking this guy up. Alright, let's watch the speech. He's got to swoop in. Peas and carrots, peas and carrots, peas and carrots, peas and carrots.
Look, someone's coming.
People of Radz-at-Han, it warms my heart to see so many brave, resilient souls before me. Today, I would share with you a great revelation. But before I do, I must make a humble request. Do not be alarmed, nor avert your eyes. See the one I unveil for who he is, and know that he means you no harm.
Very well. I dare say it can't be worse than the horrors we've already seen.
Many thanks.
A dragon!
Wow!
People of Radz-at-Han, I am Vrtra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode. 'Tis as the Satrap's ally I am known. Today, I would reveal the truth unto you.
Let us hope they accept him.
Warrior of Lights is like, are you kidding me? He's a badass, look at him. He nuzzles babies. He's a proper politician.
If I am hearing this right, you were the Satrap all along?
Vashan! I mean, Master Vrtra, does your divine eye really see all?
Nay, child. While mine eye hath borne witness to the whole of our nation's history, to its future I am blind as thee. Countrymen, calamity the likes of which we have never known is come to Favne, our home.
Yeah, there's got to be somebody out there just like, oh, dragon, I'm done. I'm out. The one naysayer is gonna get beat up.
Taken from us, I too have lost my closest confidant. Ahwan loved this land and served it with dignity till his dying breath. A nobler satrap there will never be. For so long, I lacked the courage to face you. I will not easily earn your trust, this I know. And yet, I cannot sit idly by and abandon Radz-at-Han to her fate. A font of boundless vibrancy, this jewel of the ocean. Since time immemorial, hath she glittered with every color imaginable. To this dragon, slumbering in his dark lair, 'twas a mesmerizing sight, and one that brought no end of joy to my heart. This calamity hath stolen too much from you already, yet so long as you live, the light of Radz-at-Han will never be extinguished. I pray you let me watch over it. Over you. And lend me your strength, that we might face this trial and those to come as one.
I do not know you, dragon, but I thank you for speaking the truth to us. As divinities, both Manusha and Riga once joined together, so too do I believe that hand in hand, we can overcome this ordeal and welcome an era of peace.
That was fairly well planted. Vrtra, did you have a shill in the audience to help you out? That guy just claps for everything.
A sight that would have surely brought a smile to Azael's face.
Indeed.
The hell is he doing here? Oh, right, to get people to the moon.
Excuse me, but I must speak with the Satrap at once.
Father.
You have suffered dearly of late, yet you must endeavor to look beyond these losses to the future you yet have. On behalf of the Forum of Sharlayan, I come with a proposal by which you, the people of Radz-at-Han, might be saved. I say again, I must speak with your Satrap. I beseech you, take me to him with all possible haste.
I am Satrap here. Speak thy proposal. All present shall hear and judge.
This whole time I've been looking at the fact that they are intentionally showing Vrtra's empty eye socket through this whole thing. And now they just literally cut to the other side. Never mind, I'm shutting up.
If I have given
doing
offense,
me dirty on Red.
Then I apologize. First, allow me to share with you what knowledge we have of the phenomenon responsible for your woes. The final days. 'Tis an affliction of stagnancy and rot, sown into the currents of the star. Though the first prominent manifestation was here, in Thavnair, it will invariably spread to every corner of the world. The Forum was forewarned of this apocalypse several centuries ago. Thenceforth, my predecessors sought to prepare for the end times in the only conceivable fashion, by securing a means of escape.
Escape this star? What madness is this?
'Tis by no means madness. With the coming of the 7th umbral calamity, the true nature of the Red Moon, Dalamud, was revealed. that it was an artificial construct of ancient Alag. But what of the Silver Moon? This celestial satellite is yet another technological marvel fashioned and maintained by ancient allies. A ship that will sail the heavens and deliver our people from destruction.
I love it when the weather adds to the dramatic tension of the scene. He's like, what of the Silver Moon? And then his face goes dark because now it's nighttime. Ta-da! What of the Silver Moon?
And by our people, I speak not only of Sharlayan. We mean to save every man, woman, and child it is within our power to save. Including you, our dear friends of Radz-at-Han. Recent events necessitate adjustments be made, and quickly, but we can and will escort you safely to the moon.
Long has thy forum been allies to Thavnir. I trust thou dost not extend this offer lightly. Yet I wonder, is this truly the way? Is there a future to be built for us beyond this star our father deemed the last bastion of hope?
It is for that very reason I come before you and your people. To answer any and all of your questions. To offer my assurances and allay your fears. Though, if you wish the best for your people, I advise you to render your decision swiftly.
Show our friends to Megaduta. They are to be received as honored guests. Worry not. Whatever decision is reached, your paths shall be yours to decide. Until then, heed the warning of these brave heroes. Guard your hearts against fear and despair, for it is within such fertile soil that the seeds of blasphemy find purchase. Remain calm and attend to your daily tasks. I shall return anon.
We'll do as you say, Master Vrtra. We believe in you.
That kid's voice was too weird. I'm out of here.
It sounded like an adult making a kid impression.
Oh, you're still here. What a relief.
Hello, Nidhana. My chat disconnected, apparently. My YouTube chat.
Oh.
It says it's back. I looked over, it said chat disconnected. I'm just like, what the hell? And then it said successfully connected.
Nidhana,
I don't know if I don't know who else is there.
Something happened at Palaka's stand.
Well, I'm there currently, so if anybody's up to something, I've got my eye on you.
Yeah, all right. Thank you.
Don't think you can riot under my watch. I'll get the hose.
Oh boy. No drop frames at least, so it's not me.
Oh, no, not that I know of. I just hope to hear your thoughts on a theory of mine. All who undergo the transformation are drained of their ether, yes? What is it then that gives these beasts the strength to carry on as they do?
Oh, we're riding.
Logically,
There's rides.
They must be drawing upon an alternate form of vital energy. That put me in mind of our earlier conversation, when I tried to explain the essence which many confuse with ether.
Akasha. Yes, I remember. The unseen gift bestowed from on high.
Oh dear.
An energy influenced solely by emotion.
Yes, yes. In this instance, negative ones set Akasha into motion, thereby infusing the beasts with vitality. I posit this as the mechanism by which the beasts are born and sustained.
Oh, chat's gonna have fun. Chat be chat.
Do you still have that flower?
I was so worried at this moment when I was playing through this the first time.
If we accept that it once shone bright by drawing upon Akasha, influenced by the thoughts of those nearby.
I didn't really interpret it as this flower is a plot device, don't worry about it. Like, when that happened, I was like, ah, crap, Hythlodaeus gave us his flower, now we got to explain to it that it broke. She told us to hold on to it. I got all warped out of shape for a while about this. And then we see her later, and she just, like, doesn't even care.
It's just a flower, bro. Calm down.
I know. I just remember in this, like, specifically in this moment, that, like, when the flower blew up in my Warrior of Light's hands, I'm just like, oh no, she's gonna kill us. And then later on, I was just like, oh no, there's this. The flower has served its purpose. It is now going to leave.
Then fear, terror, despair, negative emotions so powerful as to suffocate it, permeated the air in this place. You must be very careful. The forces which drive the final days may be beyond our ability to perceive. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you like that. At any rate, I will continue my research into Akasha. Do temper your expectations, however. There are sadly few detailed studies upon which I may draw.
Formulating a new theory as you have is itself no small feat. I wish you well in your endeavors, and pray you take care.
Thank you. You stay safe as well, yes? Till next we meet. And we will meet again.
Alright, who's got what? Emir Vrtra to acquiesce to proposal. Just how did the Charlans intend to transport the nation's entire populace to the moon? Susan sits ill with me, but if life has taught me anything, is that there's little to be gained from arguing with Charlians. We must take it upon ourselves to find a better way. We have no better, safer course of action to offer them than fleeing to the moon. I know this, and yet Vrtra and his people love their home. There must be something we can do. Soldier of the Radiant there. If I'm not mistaken, he accompanied Ahaiwan to Vanaspati. Could it be he knew Vitra's identity all along? Did you know I have Vitra's identity all along? I've been entrusted with a message meant for you and your companions. When you are done speaking amongst yourselves, I would share it with you. That's a little snarty. When you're done. Hang on, one more. Under normal circumstances, Foreign's proposal would be regarded as sheer madness, but when the sky burns, even madness can sound appealing. Doubtless Vrtra is loath to abandon his home, and yet absent other options, he cannot dismiss the option out of hand. As far as we have come, and after all the horrors we've seen, there's still so much we do not know about the final days. Could it be, as Nitana said, that the cause of this phenomenon is beyond our comprehension, and if so, are we powerless to forestall it? Aye. A message from His Excellency, the Satrap. Brave scions, you have my gratitude for aiding my people in this most trying of times. Alas, matters here at Megaduda prevent me from meeting you all in person. As a token of my appreciation, I've arranged for a feast to be held in your honor. May it nourish you in preparation for the trials ahead. He's buying dinner. That's fair. Peace he speaks of awaits you at Mary Dane's Mayhane. Pray make your way there whenever your business here is done. Hoping we find a place to discuss our next course of action. That seems like an ideal venue. To you, there's someone we had hoped to introduce to you in particular, and while I'm loath to detain you further, might you spare a moment of your time? Blasphemy Quests! Personal invitation, knowing full well your services are in the highest demand right now. That must be important. Worry not, we'll save some food for you, so take all the time you need. Yeah, you get these quests pretty late compared to the other, but because of where it is in the story, it sort of makes sense. Where is it? Oh, you want to be back down there. I know I've talked up these blasphemy quests already well to death, so I won't anymore. And they're not required for MSQ. That is only a Shadowbringers thing. So when it comes to Endwalker and it comes to Dawn Trail, I will highly recommend doing them, but I will not do them for the stream because I don't need to do them to progress the MSQ. Actually, the 8th Rite you see has been restricted to select few ever since the tower first appeared. We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience, you son of a bitch. I'm blaming you. But it was deemed too dangerous to permit the free movement of visitors at a time of emergency, a risk we could not take. Do I look like a visitor, you? In light of recent developments, the Satrap has decided that such restrictions would only hinder our efforts to combat the final days. As such, I would encourage you to attune to your 8th Rite. Finally! Could have done this 20 hours ago. The absolute worst. Where do you want me to go? Up here? Go down and go up? Oh, no. We went... No. Ah, we went down and then around, and now we're going to go back around to go over and then hang out with the Radiant Host. Yes, okay, this all makes sense. And then all the dudes are hanging out in this room. Ah, you must be wondering what this place is. You stand in the hall of the Radiant Host, from where our leadership oversees all of Radz-at-Han's military operations. Sundrop, our destination, lies just ahead. Yeah, but you couldn't attune to it at any time before in the story. The other 3 times you're in Radz-at-Han. Your semantics argument is stupid. There we go. Yes! There's a couple of these people that are actually cheeky to you, which I sort of appreciate. I don't know if I don't know if this guy recognizes... Wait, I know you. Oh, yeah, I don't think these people specifically will make a different reference if you're part of their grand company. Yeah, this person, Shearbot, just does not care. So much energy. Oh, phantom door. Welcome to Sundrop. Without further ado, allow me to introduce you to... You're the famous Viola. I know the moment you stepped in through the door. You had the look of someone who's walked through hell. Shearbot, please. You're speaking to the Satrap's honored guest and a savior of our people. Can you not show a modicum of respect? Ain't got time. What disrespect is there in paying a fellow warrior a compliment? We're all friends here, or will be soon enough. More formally, then, for the benefit of my countrymen, it is a pleasure to have you with us, O great champion of Iori, scion of the 7th Dawn, warrior of light, and all-around good egg, I'm sure. Said with no small amount of sarcasm, I'd like to say. Well, like making eyes directly with the Radiant Host right next to him. This talk of eggs reminds me I'm late for dinner. Jerk back to him. I love it. Jerk recognizes jerk. Don't you worry, I'll keep it short. There's just a thing or two we'd like you to remember. First of all, about the room you're standing in now. Radz-at-Han welcomes delegates from other lands to oversee trade and diplomatic dealings. There are military matters to discuss, which is why all these officers are stationed here in Sundrop. I imagine you're more than familiar with each of these nations they represent, yes? Representatives from Doma, Eastern Bow, Ulda, Alamigo, salutes, Lemsa, Gridania. Everybody's doing their correct salutes. And last but never let it be said least, Ishgard. They're the eyes, ears, and mouths of the bridge that distance between Radz-at-Han and their respective homelands. We've used this brief respite to share details of our plight with our overseas counterparts, and wouldn't you know it, all of their leaders requested a few words from you specifically. You're a woman in high demand, eh? And so, would you mind regaling us with your own account? Indulge us before you indulge yourself. Stoic nod. One Blasphemies explanation later. I thank you for the report. The conditions under which men are tuned to beasts, the etheric anomalies you have observed, you have given us much to consider. It is concerning that the first transformation apparently occurred before the skies turned red. It is contrary to what one would expect. Thankfully, the information you conveyed to Lucia upon your return from the moon has already proved invaluable. As soon as reports of the calamity here in Thavnir reached the Grand Company of Eorgia and our far eastern allies, our leaders knew at once the final days were indeed upon us. They began taking steps to assess the extent of the phenomenon's spread. Our agents were able to confirm that, for the time being, the skies burn only over the Bounty, including this land and Corvos, yet to be visited in the MSQ. Alas, that is of little comfort. Aye, all throughout Allied lands there have been reports of people transforming into hideous beasts. What? From what little we have learned, these incidents are similar in nature to that involving the merchant Kalzal. As was the case here, the victims underwent the change prior to the heavens being set ablaze. And so, while the burning skies have yet to manifest beyond the Bounty, transformations do not appear to be subject to any similar restriction. If anyone anywhere overcome by despair can turn, then nowhere is safe. That's about the size of it. Speaking of which, we ought to give these creatures a name, don't you think? Here in Radz-at-Han, we've taken to calling the first to change, which tend to be the biggest, Blasphemies. Fitting name is any. To ensure clarity in future communications, we shall urge our comrades to adopt this terminology. Our leaders have taken measures to deal with the threat to the best of our abilities. Aye, each nation has assembled their own groups of elite soldiers to put down these so-called blasphemies and their spawn as and when they appear. At the same time, they are doing all in their power to put the people's mind at ease and prevent panic and fear from spreading. That said, brave souls with the strength and fortitude to fell these terrible fiends are not easily found. Just so, and it's for that very reason we turn to you. Pray lend us your strength and help us to slay the blasphemies that plague our homeland. So, sorry, Doman Delegate, specifically I don't have physical range DPS of appropriate level. Now, you don't have to give your reply before dinner. I should also mention that each blasphemy seems to possess wildly different characteristics. What works well against one may serve you poorly against another. So before you go rushing off to save everyone's day, have a word with the delegates. They'll tell you what to expect. And with that, I do believe our friend here has a feast to attend. Spare a thought for us while you're tucking in all that fine cuisine, eh? Again, I'd like to think that, like, half of everything she says is just dripped in sarcasm. And she's just, like, constantly being a jerk. And I just, something about that, I'm just like, you're funny. Alright, so Blasphemy's unlocked. So actually, so Corvos was under Garlean occupation, so they may have already been pretty hosed by getting tempered, and then now they're under end times. So there's a lot of places like this. It's like the warrior light can only be in so many places at once. So it's just, there's a lot of relying on local authorities to get their crap together. All right, so yes, the only one that is available to me as a melee DPS would be the Limsa Lamentin one, which is really dark and good. Player forgives her about her rudeness. She can be a bit boisterous at times, but it's simply her nature. Anyway, my apologies for keeping you from your hard-earned rest. You'll rejoin your companions, yes? I know Radz-at-Han like the back of my hand. I do nowadays. Didn't before. Glad to hear you becoming familiar with the city. I was pleased to hear that all the drinks are on the house, so order whatever suits your fancy. With that, I must return to my post. On behalf of all Radiant hosts, I thank you and your friends. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, yes. Vrtra, Satrap, everything will be good. I hope in the future. Any meeting with Radiant? Right here's been quelled, but our job's only just begun. I know I need to regain my strength between you and me. I don't have much of an appetite. Forgive me for not wanting to make a toast. My throat was utterly parched. Nice, Lean. Overdue for a good meal. All right, everybody's just waiting to tuck in. The Satrap asked us to entertain a party of honored guests. I was wondering who it might be. It is a lovely surprise, to say the least. By the way, I heard all about Kalzal from your friend Grahati. I understand there was nothing to be done, but I was heartened to hear he meant us no harm. Can't thank you enough for dispatching the beasts. As the smallest token of our thanks, your food and drink tonight are Mayride's treat. Speaking of which, what shall I start you off with? Finest local spirits. We're gonna get boozed. Our allies have sent military delegates. That's news to me. Mind sharing the details? Cutscene.
So blasphemies now plague all the realm.
It will only get worse if what Father said is true, as it did in Amarot.
If that's our model, then shouldn't we expect the effects to grow more severe as it feeds off its own spread? As if people transforming into those monstrosities wasn't bad enough. If the flora and fauna, if the land itself turned against us.
No one would survive.
Here's your order, friend. May you find comfort in these dark times.
Where do we go from here? If there's one thing we've learned, fighting blindly and simply reacting to what comes will accomplish nothing. We must find a solution that addresses the fundamental cause. Before our strength is exhausted, before this crisis spirals out of control. Is there something, anything we've overlooked?
If there is an answer, Hythlodaeus herself will have it. 'Twas she who bound Zodiac and forestalled the final days. Alas, we have heard naught from her since the Tower of Babel. Whether she cannot or will not speak, I can only speculate. Even the flower she gave us is no more.
In our time, we called it Elpis. You would do well to remember the name. What's Elpis?
So advised the Watcher. But what could be the significance of that name? It is entirely unfamiliar to me.
To me as well. It meant something to the ancients, though. In our time.
Most surely. Yet I do not recall a single mention of it in the records of Anida.
Another dead end. And quite literally. It's not as if there are any ancients living we could go and ask.
Oh, that's the bridge to get us here.
As such, but not quite dead.
I had forgotten what had roused us to go bother Elidibus, but this makes sense.
Elidibus. I sealed him in the White Aurosite of the Crystal Tower back on the first. Contained within that reservoir of ether that maintains it, ether that is returned little by little to the sea. Naught may remain of his soul. However, if part of it lingers, we might be able to speak with him there. We can no longer make that journey, but you, my friend, still can.
worth a try. Opportunity to look into the others. There's truly no other way. There's a jerk response. Really odd option to go talk to Elidibus.
I understand your trepidation, but there is merit in making the journey regardless. You could see with your own eyes whether the first, too, faces its final days.
If nothing else, should we learn the first is safe, we'll have that much more reason to keep fighting the good fight. That said, the odds are not in our favor, to say the least. Which is why we're fortunate to have Urianger up there on the moon, working hard to make all the necessary preparations for our departure, should it come to it.
And why we have nothing to lose by staying the course till the last instant.
Indeed. To the last, let us all do what we can. I will consult with Master Matoya and see if she knows of a way to reach Hydaelyn from the ethereal sea.
And I will visit the nation's leaders and attempt to ascertain how far the final days have progressed elsewhere.
Keep me abreast of your findings. I can seek out and slay the worst of the immediate threats, if only to slow the spread.
Unease, terror, despair. Try as we might to suppress them, these emotions will return to harry us time and time again. But when they do, remember this. Your friends and loved ones are out there somewhere, sharing in your struggle. You are not alone.
According to OBS, I'm fine.
A brief respite before the next revelation. Yes, so much left for you to see. Where beginning ends and end begins.
That being said, the YouTube chat did hiccup, at least for me, so maybe there are some YouTube issues going on here. Unlike a feast of the spirit, I trust you enjoyed yourself as well. Gorm truly has been spurred to act by Hydaelyn's prophecy, then it is not odd that the anti-tower is entrusted to Master Matoya, who bears them no love. No doubt she has a reason for this, and I would know what it is. Beasts and Blasphemies may be running amok in nearby lands outside the influence of Radz-at-Han and the Alliance. If so, I mean, you go hunting. Suppose they'll do better on a full stomach after all. Burning skies, Blasphemies? Not if I've got anything to say about it. I should talk to Alfino first. Boring. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Anything we forgot to mention? Are your arms and armor in good order? Good enough. In that case, it's time we each attended to our tasks. And when you arrive on the first, give my regards to Rin. Tell her I miss her. Aw, Dad misses her. Take this Viola, my spirit vessel. The key. Empty now, of course, but it should allow you to operate the tower systems in the umbilicus. If even the smallest fragment of Elidibus' essence remains, it should be possible to locate it. As for access to the umbilicus, pray seek out Lena for assistance. Chances are she still stands watch at the sensor gate. Should she or anyone else ask me, tell them I am living my life to the fullest, that I am happy, hardships and all. Well, it best be on our respective ways. God's willing, we'll see each other again ere long. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Back to the first. Okay, he's fine. What were we doing? All right, Crystarium. Oh wait, she'd be outside, wouldn't she? Yes. Ah, Shadowbringers. How you doing? Viola, you are returned. I am returned! How you doing? Been well, you and the others? There's no shortage of troubles, but we're well enough. Things are much the same for you as they were here. My lord is doubtless enjoying himself. Thank you for getting my obscure reference. He said this to you? Those exact words? Oh, to know that he's happy. It fills my heart with joy. I'm taking care of him, yeah. Taking care of him. Lena, how much do you know about the Crushed Legs arc? Anyway, when you next see him, please tell him not to overexert himself. Futile request though it is. Tell him that all is well here. The peace you've gifted us continues, and we work hard to build new lives for ourselves. In the course of this, we occasionally bicker, but we've never been more optimistic for the morrow. If I had to mention one dilemma, it would be the question of our governance. Even as we speak, debate rages on how we should run the city in the Exarch's absence. Most are of the mind that the Settlement Council should continue to oversee the general running of the Crystarium, while representatives are elected to determine policy and handle diplomacy. Thus far, nothing is set in stone, but however we choose to proceed will not replace our lord. No one could. Yeah, we're not replacing him. He's still in the tower. Is there any unusual phenomena? No, I cannot say there have been. Curious you should ask me this question, though. Some days ago, Rin came and asked the very same. She was rather unsettled, in stark contrast how cheerful she has been of late. Yeah, Gaia makes her cheerful. Rin has been dedicating herself to the restoration of the empty, you see. Though it will take many long years, the goal seems to have given her a newfound sense of purpose and fulfillment. So when I saw her in a state of such worry, I couldn't help but feel worried in turn, especially since she wouldn't tell me what troubled her. I dare say she would be more willing to confide in you. Might I ask you to broach the subject with her? Yeah, off we go. Wish to enter Umbilicus. Very well, so fetch the key at once and take the opportunity to find Rin. Please wait for me in the city in front of the Cabinet of Curiosities, shall we say. I'll be along soon as I can. Cabinet of Curiosity. I'm just teleporting like I gotta deal with this. Come on. I wanna click the 8 to right! First person sequence, that's typically what that means. My old eyes deceive. How you doing? Well, glad I am to see you hale and whole. We're full of surprise to have you back with us, and at this most opportune time. In case you haven't heard, we are planning to produce a tome chronicling events from the Flood to the Knight's Return. In this project, we intend to draw upon records kept by the world's peoples. Historical contemporary first-hand accounts will be the centerpiece of the tome, but yours will be the one to crown them all. And that's to contribute a chapter on the soul, a subject that is key to understanding much of your endeavors. In the course of developing the spirit vessel, I gained valuable insights into travel beyond the rift. Knowledge that will allow me to attest to your existence and deeds. Wonder if that's going to come back around. Gain valuable insights into travel beyond the rift. Put a pin in that. There's no end to the questions I would ask you, but you can indulge me for just one for now. In your quest to restore the night, you face many a formidable foe. Among them, who offer you the greatest struggle? This may come as a surprise, but... Oh, it's a mystery answer. You don't even know what you said. Tremendously eye-opening answer. We'll see what your account of this battle features prominently in the tome. That's funny. And then they talk our ear off, but we really should be on our way. Those documents for Eulmore will collect themselves. Blah, blah. Blah, blah. Blah, blah. Check in on all our friends. If the end times happen, they all die. Is it the Warrior of Darkness? Oh no, the children from the pets! Hide! Come to see Morin. One of the guard finally agreed to teach us how to fight, but first we need to choose a fighting style. I know I want to be a mage. Arkill isn't sure. Magic really is my thing, so think of taking up the axe, or the sword, or maybe the bow. They all seem alright, but it's hard to decide, so I thought I'd ask Morin. He knows a lot about those things. No. He isn't here. Why do you have to have a Warrior of Darkness choose for you? What do you think suits Arkill best? Axe, sword, or bow? Well. I'm running samurai, so I feel like the answer is going to be sword. Took the sword, you'd just be like... Brandon. I love that tale. Let's borrow the book today. Help me decide. Get out of here. all these poor unfortunate souls are like, you know, maybe one day we can fight together. And the Warrior of Light is like, yes, we will fight. You can't say something like that to the Warrior of Light idly. Just imagining like every 2 or 3 years the Warrior of Light goes back to Tuliolal to talk with Galul-Jai, just like, you ready yet? No, not yet. Okay, I'll be back. And having basking in the adoration of musty old buckwords, why they do it? Not for me, of course not. I waited and waited and waited, but she wouldn't as much as acknowledge the presence of her beautiful branch, even though they're right here. It's a heartless thing. Our sapling is cold and cruel and heartless.
You should try harder on the accent.
I've told myself that I have tried harder on the accent before. It is horrible. A proper attempt at it, like I'd need to build myself up. I can't just flip that switch. All right.
All right. Well, pretend she's Jamaican, it mate.
There it
click it on.
The callback. How old is that video? God.
2011, I think. Actually.
Oh my goodness, 15 years.
Fuck me.
All right.
It's hard to believe that fucking Left 4 Dead 2 came out in 2009. Jesus.
Oh. Faithful, yeah. So for this one, being a jerk to your warlock patron is a terrible idea. So, don't you have more important things to do, Your Majesty? I have no end of important tasks to attend to, but unlike some, I know what my priorities should be. And since when did my sapling become a twisted old tree that says such unkind things? But disappointed as I am, I'll overlook it just once. I know you have a lot on your mind right now. So, my adorable sapling, the world is on the very verge of destruction, is it? How do I know this? Joined as we are, spying on you is as simple as sliding down the back of a rainbow. With that, I could aid you in your quest, but the fate of we Faefolk is bound to that of the star. Whither it goes, so too do we follow. Such is our way. Yeah, continue making yourself stronger. The most I can do for you is spare you the pain by gifting you the sweetest of eternal dreams. But if escape's not to your liking, then you must struggle with your fellow mortals. Ah, but here are the ones we're waiting for, I wonder. What manner of conclusion awaits a tale's end? Apologies for the delay. Good to see you again. You doubtless have much catching up to do, but I have to leave you to it. I've taken the liberty of unlocking the umbilicus so you may enter at your leisure. Thanks. Hi. Everything's doing well. I have this feeling, I pit my stomach. I was afraid that something might have happened. Go on. Maybe we're overthinking things, but it's just that I'm the Oracle of Light, but I've never spoken with Hythlodaeus, never once heard her call. Even so, I've always had this feeling deep inside of me, a connection to something immense. These past few days, though, that connection has wavered, as if that immense something was distant, then close, then distant again. And then the other night, I was jolted awake by the feeling it had been completely severed. Wanting some fresh air, I went to open the window, and to my horror, the sky was ablaze, like during the star shower. But then I blinked, and everything was normal. The next day, no one said a thing. No one else had seen what I had seen. She's having the visions. As far as I can tell, nothing was out of the ordinary. I began to wonder if it was a figment of a half-remembered dream. Viola, what are you not telling me? Have to know, please. It doesn't matter how terrible it is. You say that. All right, well, it's terrible. Was in my imagination, and the doom we witness in Amarad has come again. I can't believe it. I told you before, all is well here in the first, so don't worry about us. We're fine right now, and even if we weren't, we've learned how to survive. So the final days reach us here as well, you may be assured we won't go quietly. Well, hold on, you can find a way to save all our worlds. So long as you continue your fight, so too will we, united in purpose beneath a blazing sky. That looks like a pretty cool line. Wasn't bad. Not bad, Rin. You've been working on it. Head to the umbilicus to consult with Elidibus. I'll do some consulting of my own and speak with Lena. Despite how we might want to prepare for the final day, so if it's farewell for now, but we'll see each other again, I'm certain of it. Da 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 da. Let me in. Ah, this brings me back. That was a corner we hid in from Ranjit, but he knew we were there because he was a badass. Man, I hope you find Ranjit in the source.
Biometric authentication complete. Please state your business.
Unsundered Asians.
Acknowledged. Reinitializing Circus Tower systems. Searching for Elidibus entity. Target located in subterranean core power accumulator. Projecting image.
My home. My friends. No more than a dream. You. Why have you awakened me? I no longer sense those places beyond, or Lord Zodiac. You must explain all.
I killed him.
So, he is fallen, and my brethren's souls returned to the star. The doom we sacrificed so much to prevent is come again. Old burdens now yours to bear.
Also, after you defeat the first Night Warden, that's the first time you see Ranjit. He shows up to the Crystarium and he basically says, "Are you assholes up to no good?" And you're there, but the Crystal Exarch hides you with a cloak of invisibility. But Ranjit, it gives you the look like you can see through it. It was a fun scene.
If this is Fandaniel's design, then I, as Elidibus, have a duty to fulfill.
I think that was the first of many rants that I went on about Ranjit.
Your unsolicited act has restored to me some few memories of the convocation. Such knowledge as I have, I will share.
Thank you. I'm not sorry.
I do this not for you. I merely perform my duty, as I have ever done. Where to begin? Ah, the end. Your understanding of what caused the final days is consistent with our own. The decay first took root where the currents were weakest. Yes, a conclusion drawn by him, Fandaniel. Not the him of here and now, but as I knew him, long, long ago. Having shed light upon the phenomenon, he dedicated himself to devising a countermeasure. Were it not for his knowledge of the Celestial, we would never have made the connection, and thence forestalled the final days. And though he inherited that noble soul, how different this last incarnation, so consumed by self-loathing and hate. Elpis. Yes, the name is familiar to me, yet I know it not as a flower, but a place. A testing facility for determining which of our creations were fit to be released into the world. Many worked there, and before joining the convocation and assuming the title of Fandaniel, he was their chief. He was Hermes. That is all I know. The crystals tell little of the lives the 14 led prior to their induction. Elpis itself would tell even less. Nary a ruin has survived.
Not in memory.
I saw you there. In Elpis? No. I did not. But I did. I did. A lingering trace of impossibility. And a truth that fills my heart. My memories remain clouded, I fear. However, they have revealed to me one possible course. You must travel to Elpis, to the time when Hermes served as its chief. In glimpsing the Exarch's memories, not only did I make his summoning magic mine own, I also mastered the workings of this tower, which, having absorbed my empowered essence, now harbors an abundance of energy. As such, I believe I can deliver you unto the past, unto that place and that precise moment.
Interesting. So, Elidibus gets the idea of sending you to the past because he remembers that you were there.
Given the eons that must be traversed, the gateway will not be fully formed. Your form will be less tangible still than those warriors of light I had summoned. In all likelihood, none will be able to see or hear you. Yet even should you manage to interact with others, you will be unable to effect meaningful change. For the reality you wish to save, the reality to which you must return, exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present. Cannot unmake the sorrow and suffering fated to come. In full knowledge of this, will you still entrust your life to your foe and make the journey?
This 14 has been very good about consistency in the way that time travel works. And the Alexander Raid series, the story was complicated, but they all made sense. All the loops were closed properly. And I don't remember there being any inconsistencies playing through Endwalker, but this was one of the reasons I also wanted to play through this again, because I wanted to pay close attention to how they handled the time travel. And so I found it interesting that the idea for you going back in the past was because you went back in the past. So theoretically, you can like shift the timeline, like we obviously saw with the Crystal Tower that we're standing in, but there is only a single observable timeline, and they're able to keep that very consistent, which is extremely difficult to do. So I'm definitely enjoying this. Send me.
Very well. I shall cast you unto the river of time. Let this be my final act. You must input the commands. I no longer have the authority. First, you must reconfigure the systems, that the tower's ether may be channeled for the magic. The preparations are complete. The gateway will soon open. Return at once to the Ocula. All appears to be in order. The ether flows unimpeded. The magic should consume every last mote of my essence. Why are you surprised? Did I not say that this will be my final act? Lord Zodiac is no more. There is nothing for me here. The ones I love and long to see again are waiting in that promised land, beyond memory and dream. Now go, warrior of light. Go, and do not look back.
The Eden raid? Well, when I'm done with the MSQ, I think going through the raid series will be one of the things I do first, after a sizable break. They're all good. All the raid series are good. There's no bad raid series.
Well, Hythlodaeus,
oh wait.
I take my leave of you.
Endwalker as in Pandemonium. Yes. We're sitting in the Crystal Tower. I think we're in Shadowbringers. Nope.
May you have the joy of it, the burden, and the solitude.
So it's worded cleverly here.
It falls to you now. You and your champion to save our star.
And that he says he remembers seeing us in Elpis, and then how much of the pandemonium we actually do doesn't affect that of what he said. In a similar way to how they talk about how Rin is working in the empty, but then does not make any reference to how far along she is, so that they don't have to explain things. Though there is some point in the past content for Endwalker that Gaia actually shows up in a cutscene in MSQ, and I'm curious to see what happens here. She can't be there, because if you're not done Eden, then she's not around. But yeah, I mean, Pandemonium was pretty solid. It had a bit of a slow start. Then when I got its feet out from under it, it was really good. And the third wing was wild. There's just a drastic uptick in everything.
Oh no, my worst nightmare. I've become a purple lalafell.
Oh dear. Yeah, the emissary. Yeah, Themis was running around in that. Alright, what's our buff? Incorporeal, transcending the boundary between existence and nihility. How many times do you have to keep to this lesson? It's guide-like man. Hello, guide-like man. Man stands dutifully by the Aetheryte-like device, a guide for this facility in all likelihood. Hello. You attempt to get the man's attention, but if he sees or hears you, he gives absolutely no indication. As Elidibus warmed, it appears your form is intangible. The device is reminiscent of an Aetheryte, perhaps it's possible to attune with it. Despite attempting to channel and focus your energies, you fail to attune to the device. You can only assume it operates differently. Can confirm this is what I see all the time. In a few years' time, I'm gonna need time, but I will do the potato run. I'm gonna need a break. The remarkably large man wears a black robe and a half mask, much like the phantoms you recovered in Mario Lamentorum and the recreated Amarot. It would seem you have made it to your destination. You gesticulate wildly and shout all manner of greetings and obscenities, but the man does not so much as glance in your general direction. Hey, shut up. I still think the Uppies mount would be great. Is the right place, yes. Propleon. Judging by the woman's words, the facility is called Propleon. Poke, poke. You attempt to gently prod the woman to attract her attention but feel nothing, and it seems neither does she. I suspect the door leads outside, but how to open it? That's so big.
And here we are, Elpis.
It's him!
Well, well, how rare to receive you in person. To what do we owe the honor?
So the concept of the Uppies mount is that the Lalafell will get the ability to climb on the backs of other players and then ride around. Which, as somebody who would be the bearer of a Lalafell, and also somebody who at one point in future may be a Lalafell for kicks, fascinates me greatly. But it is a theory that will never happen. It's not going to happen, but we're going to talk about it like it will.
It's never going to happen, not for the reason you think it is. I think they're going to want to avoid the Lalafell chair controversy that happened a while ago, and they don't want it happening again because a couple of players get upset. So we have to make sure we don't upset those couple of players.
No. Hang on a minute.
Oh, just a few odd tasks. We'll be here a while.
Good character.
You're welcome to stay as long as you see fit, of course. As a matter of procedure, however, I must ask that you kindly remove your masks.
Come now. Is this truly necessary? Surely you can tell who we are.
Who you are, perhaps, but I am far less infamous. Regardless, if we do not follow protocol, 'tis our hosts who would be held accountable. So, please, do favor us with your handsome face.
Satisfied?
I thank you for your cooperation. You are free to go about your business.
Gets out of the way.
By the by, you see it too, yes?
I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about.
That's odd. It's right here. A bit thin in the ether, but there's no mistaking it. The color of its soul is almost identical to Azem's.
There's... So I guess I'll get this out of the way, and then people get to verbally harass me about it for the rest of the week. but I'm of the opinion that Hythlodaeus fucking carries this entire section, and everybody else is doing everything in their power to drag it down, including Emet-Selch. And then we get to Vana, and then everything's fine after that. But Hythlodaeus is absolutely god tier, and well, I dislike what they do with Emet-Selch here, but I'm hoping to be convinced otherwise by playing through it again.
Do you suppose she created it? Rather unusual for a familiar to have a soul, though.
I don't know how much of a hot take that is. I'll get it. I know I've been over about this later whenever this comes up in the past. I think I've done this rant multiple times, so I'm going to spare you. Also, I'm running low on time, and I want to get to it. I want to get to it Aetherite. But yeah, Hythlodaeus going from a footnote at the end of Shadowbringers to the unfortunate reality of the end times at the beginning of Endwalker to being an awesome character here is like the best glow up I think this game has. Azem's soul glows whatever color you want it to glow, because you are the Warrior of Light, so you make that decision. And this, but yeah. Anyway.
Don't ask me. All I know is that it's trouble. Doubly so if it's her spitting image.
I do also enjoy. I think there's some. Oh God, I never went back and read it. There is some like side story that Square brought out, which is of the three of these people hanging out. That is to say, Hythlodaeus, Emet-Selch, and Azem. Yeah. Though, to be fair, also Azem has some things to account for in the current story, but I don't know if we're ever the thread's ever gonna get pulled. We'll see.
So let's leave it be. Come now.
Son of a bitch.
It's trying to say something, but it's literally too intangible to form words. Why don't you give it some ether? Spare a snifter of your bounteous reserve.
Spare a snifter. God.
Who do you take me for?
Why, a dear friend, of course. One who wouldn't let acts of kindness, such as my accompanying him on errands to far-flung outposts, go unrewarded?
It does say his character.
I suggest you close your eyes, or this may be unpleasant.
Yep, the gender on that line changes based on what you are as the Warrior of Light. In the same way that when you're running through the Dark Knight quest line, the gender of Frey depends on what your character is. I discovered a new location. I got 50,000 experience.
You may open your eyes.
Oh, you even adjusted its size.
The better to indulge your whim. This way, it will be easier to communicate.
How very thoughtful of you. And may I applaud your artful reinforcement. Without further ado then. Greetings! I am Hythlodaeus, Chief of the Bureau of the Architect. Sulking beside me is the most honorable Emet-Selch of the Convocation of 14. And how might we address you, my new friend?
My name's Viola.
A fine name. And I'm pleased to see you understand our words. So, tell us, whence have you come? The thinness of your essence suggests you weren't created here. You do not know? Or cannot say? Allow me to ask a different question then.
I love how smart he is. You don't say anything, he's just like, wait a minute, I can fix this.
What brings you here?
I need to learn about Elpis.
Well now, the same as us. Perhaps Azim wished to come too, but had to settle for a familiar.
If she truly wished to be here, then she would be.
Right you are.
Right you are.
My apologies if we've given offense. The two of us can discern the color of souls, you see, and yours happens to resemble that of a friend. And with your purpose matching our own besides, we jumped to a hasty conclusion. We are here to speak with Hermes, the chief overseer of this facility, which we also intend to tour in order to gain greater insight into the man's work. We, I say, though this is Emmett Selk's charge. I am here only to serve as his guide. And I should be happy to serve as yours as well, by way of an apology for the misunderstanding.
Wait, are you suggesting that we bring it along on official business? This thing we know next to nothing about?
If you harbor suspicions, better to keep it close than leave it to its own devices. Wouldn't you agree?
The pivot! The pivot!
Besides, having a mysterious life form in tow is the norm rather than the exception here. Welcome, my friends, to the testing ground of creation at Heaven's Edge, Elpis.
See anything? Hello, Argus. Hello, Vana.
This presence.
Hello, Median. Hello, Hermes.
Hermes! Visitors! We have visitors!
What secrets are you hiding, I wonder?
I don't like you.
Is it foggier than usual? Did we come in here on a foggy day?
Came here on a foggy day. The weather
That's
is clouds.
Inconvenient timing.
It's, yeah. Look at the massive breadth of all that's before you for about 50 alms. And then after that, it's all mess.
Blame the PlayStation 3 for this low draw distance.
Alrighty. So, we have made it to Elpis. As good a place as any to put a pause on it. So, yes, Elpis is going to be fun. It's going to be good. Get to hang out with Hythlodaeus and Vana. It'd be awesome. We learn all the stuff. The side quests in this place are also really fun because everybody just assumes you're familiar for Azem, and then I like to imagine that whenever word inevitably got back to him about this and he has no idea about it, or she has no idea about it, I suppose, that she would just have a good giggle about it. Like, oh, that sounds silly. But yeah, whole bunch of story coming up for us. A lot of the good stuff. That'll be next week. God willing, etc. So, thanks everybody for hanging out. more Requiem on Saturday, and then more of this next Wednesday. Hope you have a nice evening and all that other stuff.